So our major concern once we do this morning is to look at we are looking at the financing projects. That's the chapter 16. I normally refer to this topic as capital structure. I said that a good knowledge of cost of capital and volume theory will give us a little better understanding about this chapter. And capital structure and cost of capital questions, you always go line by line, so that after you see a question on cost of capital on its own, that will not bring in what we regard as the capital structure. So what is capital structure, or let me say financing project? What was it all about? So I'm going to do it again, line by line from our part, capital structure. So I'm reading from page 411 from our part, page 411. Theory about selecting the financing method for an investment. What we're saying is, when you have a project, you have a project that you want to embark on. Let's assume this project worth 2 million naira. If this project worth 2 million naira, and you need to raise funds, to finance this project, the methods or the methodology that we normally adopt as a financial manager or to raise these funds, we want to discuss it, and how this financing this project will affect your structure, that is your GRE, and how that change in GRE will affect your cost of capital that you need to appraise this project. This is what we want to look at. And let's start with this first theoretical aspect. Theory about selecting the financing method for an investment. Capital investment have to be financed. Do you agree with that? Yes. And management must choose which method of financing they will use. There are different theory about how the method of financing is decided. Now, before I say that, if you are to finance this project, you are knowing that there are different sources of finance. You can either use equity, or use what? Debt to finance it. You don't just wake up and say, oh, I want to use equity, or oh, I want to use debt. There are some things, one of the things that you have to consider before you can say, okay, well, let me use now. But theoretically, there are a lot of people are providing a theory that should guide you when you are trying to finance your project in this manner. So, what are the theories that we have already on ground? We have first the theory that we normally follow. The theories are one, what do we call it? Static trade-off theory. Static what? Trade-off theory. This is one of the theories that you can follow. We are going to look at one after the other. Number two is what called pecking order. Pecking order theory. Then last is what? Market timing. Market timing theory. There's another one which is called what? Agent theory. Agency theory, which is the agency theory. These are the major theory that some experts have proposed or opened in the past on if you have to finance your projects, then you can take care of this theory and implement it and do not release this one. Let's start from the first one, the static. What is static saying? Static theory. Please, you should be able to explain and analyze this theory on your own. Am I talking now? Let's look at the static. What are they saying? Static trade-off theory argue that for each company, there is an optimum capital structure with an optimum level of what? GRE. These people believe that for every company, there is every level of gearing that a company will be willing to achieve, what is optimal, that is the highest level of gearing that every company are willing to maintain. Now, then there is a trade-off between the benefit of taking more debts and the cost of higher indebtedness. That is, the more you are increasing your debts, there's always a what? A trade-off between the cost and benefit. You see the what? Okay, the more you are increasing your debt, you are incurring more cost, have you? And they are saying that there's a benefit that always accrues to you also. So a trade-off between the benefit that you are enjoying and the cost you are incurring. There's always a trade-off between the two, which you can use that to set up your level of gearing. Now, the benefit of taking on debt. What are all the benefits again? Benefit of taking more debt. What is the benefit? We have got other capital. Tax relief. Don't we say the more you are getting more debts, the more you are what? You are saving tax. So that is one of the benefits that you enjoy when you take more debt. Let me go. The benefit of taking on debt rather than equity are mainly in tax relief that is obtained on the debt interest. Modigliani and Miller, that is these people, argue that although the cost of equity rise as what? As gearing increases, the more you, so we have equity as debt, the more you increase your gearing, this equity holder, they are the passive risk. You are taking more debt now. We are at what? At risk. So for the passive risk and they desire to increase their cost. Now, so as the level of gearing is increasing, the equity holders, they perceive threat, and what do? They will increase their cost. Now that is a cost for you getting more debt. Let me continue. Modigliani and Miller argue that although the cost of equity rises as gearing increases, the tax relief on debt means that the company weighted average cost of capital falls as gearing rises. It is therefore beneficial to take in more debt and what? And increasing gearing up to the point where the marginal cost of extra debt start to exceed the marginal benefit of what? Extra debt. Hello? Now, what I say, I want to believe there's always a benefit of taking debts. There's a benefit of more debt. And there's a more cost of what? Of more debt. Now, starting as saying that you keep on borrowing, you keep on doing what? Borrowing. That if you want to finance any project, you should keep on borrowing the money until a point whereby the benefit that you enjoy in borrowing, that is what? Tax savings, now. And the cost of taking money, which is what? Increase in cost of equity, So the point whereby both of them are what? Are equal. The moment that means the moment they get to that point, if you attempt to borrow more, what will the cost? It will be more than the benefit, So you must stop at the point whereby the benefit of taking more debt is going to what? Benefit of what? Of taking more debt. The cost and benefit are equal. So that's what. So this means that if there is 2 million naira now, if you want to raise this 2 million naira, they say okay, go and borrow. Since your benefit is still outweigh your cost, what do? You borrow the 2 million naira. So you keep on borrowing. So that means your debt will be what? Will be increasing. But once you go to the point, that cost reward will override the benefit. Then what you do at that point, you stop, don't borrow again. That's what starting saying. Number 2, the marginal cost of extra debt are related to the greater risk from financial distress. This loss are related to financial world. Any company that is having financial distress, what does that mean? And once the company having financial distress, what does that mean? They are financial distress, financial crisis, okay. That means a company that is financial distress is that they unable to meet their work, financial obligation. Now, so obviously that company is that means they are unable to meet their financial obligation, either both liquidity problem or solvency problem, either short time or long time. So any company that is having financial distress now, what will happen to their cost of debt? To God, the benefit will be increasing. But if you are financial distress, what happen? There will be more issues on ground. So the marginal cost of extra debt are related to the greater needs for financial distress. If lender perceive that a company with high level of debt could be in financial distress, if a debtor perceive that a company with high level of debt could be in financial distress and in danger of failing into make payment of interest and principal and repayment of loan capital on schedule, it become much more difficult to raise extra debt finance. The cost of debt might therefore increase substantially to compensate the lender for high credit risk. Can you see now? When the company is having this kind of issue, financial distress, nobody will be willing to borrow them again. But anybody that want to borrow them now will now demand for high interest rate. So a company will not want to you won't want to get to that level. But the moment you get to that level, your cost of mortgage debt will be what? Will be outweigh your benefit of more debt. So static status is what? They are looking for this level where the benefit and cost are what? Now, we say these people believe that every company should be targeting their optimum level of what? Gearing. At that optimum level of gearing, you at that level, what happened there? The optimal level of gearing for a company is reached. That is, ìgbà wo ló mọ̀ pé o ti ṣe kí ni o ti di level yẹn? When what are the signs that you see that you know that you have got to your optimal level? The optimal level of gearing of a company is reached at the point where one, the marginal benefits of taking on additional debt capital is equal to the marginal cost of taking on extra debt. So at this level, this place now be the optimal level of gearing. So the point whereby your benefits you go to your cost, that's your optimal level of gearing. Are we together, please?
Yes.
Okay. The optimal level of gearing varies between companies. Yes. My company now, my own level of optimal level of gearing will be different from what? And that company. Why? Depending on their profitability. A very profitable company can take on a higher gearing because the marginal cost of financial distress will not become significant until the gearing level is very much high. Can you see now? So if a company is making profit regularly, will it easily go into financial distress?
No.
Because it will be seen prone to want to pay the interest, to pay the as he borrowing money, he's paying back because he's making more profit regularly. That means a company with profitability can have a very high level of optimal level of gearing. For a company with low profitability now, the situation is what is different. The companies provide low returns to their shareholder and increasing the gearing level by borrowing more will increase the risk of what? Bankruptcy and cost of borrowing. If your profitability is very low, that means even to the shareholder, you are not giving them return. What will happen is that you need to pay the interest, then you are exposed yourself to what? To financial risk or distress. Company with low profit will therefore try to avoid what? Additional borrowing. Your salary is 5,000 naira in a month and you want to go and borrow 2 million naira from bank. How many years are you going to pay down with your salary?
Only 35 years to retirement.
So you pay it in retirement. Can you imagine now? So what am I saying now? Any company that is a probability very low, they will always avoid what? To go and borrow, because they know that if they borrow, how will they pay back? And it will help to open them to what? Financial distress. Okay, and they will also be reluctant to incur cost of making new equity issue to finance an investment. They will therefore be rely on what on retain profit. They might even decide against investing on a specific project with a positive NPV unless they can finance it from their retained earnings. Now, static trade-off theory summarize their summary. Now. Static trade-off theory therefore state that please, if you don't know anything about the static theory, I've explained all this one, you go to their what, did their conclusion, their summary. One, companies have and what? An optimal level. They believe that every company will have optimal level of GRE. What's that point? Where the benefit is what? Not the cost of taking more debt. Two, in choosing the method of financing of a new investment, they will try to maintain or achieve what? The optimum level of GRE. Do you know the meaning? Stanley say that if you want to finance any project, what should you use? You use debt. You keep on using debt until when you get to where? Optimum level of GRE. That's what Stanley are saying. Number three, the optimal level of GRE is high for a company with what? With high profit. When companies than what? Company with low. I mean, they say that once if a company has a high profitability, you can be able to get more borrowing. I mean, but a low profitability what? You are avoiding to borrow because of your scale of financial distress. And finally, this means that there is a positive correlation between profitability and what? I think by now we don't need a positive correlation. I mean, that means they move in the same direction. If profit is high, your GRE level will be high. If your profit is very low, GRE level will be low. That is what static are saying. Number two, packing on that theory. What I'm trying to look at, we are looking at the theory that you can follow when you are trying to raise when you are trying to finance a project. So we are talking about static. Let's packing on that. People now came to say, static. What you have said is rubbish. You say that they are talking level of GRE. To us, we don't believe that theory. This is our own. Let's see their own. Pecking order. Pecking order theory takes a different view of GRE and method of financing new investment. It was put forward by Bayers in 1984 as a what? As a challenge to static trade-off theory. I mean, it's not that no. In our own case, we don't believe in all this theory that they promote. I mean, I want to know now. Financing a project is this about. This theory states that company shows preference for the source of finance that they what? That they use. That is, there's always a scale of preference. If you want to finance a project, always say what? Scale of what? Preference for any source that you have to choose. It was there is an order of preference or what we call pecking order. So in that case, say if you want to use now, you want to finance 2 billion projects. Their preference is that the first thing they will consider. Let's take it back to our own personal life. Hello. Hi. Let's to our personal life. Sir, if you want to pay your child school fees, what do you consider first? Your salary. I mean, internal, your personal, even your savings. If you don't look at your salary, you don't look at it's when you now consider that aspect, and you not see option. I mean, you don't consider the talk of the that's let me go and let me go and borrow. So for every company, their preference first is their retained earnings. Is that what? Retained earnings. Because they don't want trouble. They want to use their savings to do the profit. It's when their retained earnings cannot be able to cushion the effects. You will be thinking of what? Of debt. Let me go and borrow. Now, when the retained earnings is unable to get, sir, if you now try cooperative to some extent, what do you now do? You now face your wife, madam. So shall we pay you? Please, don't get my message. Normally, you don't approach your wife easily. Or it's the only man that is not responsible. That go to that extent that I'm going to go to school. You look at returning first. To buy that, take obi ọmọ lè ṣe kíni mo lè ya. Tó bá wá ti rí ya. We are part of the member of the family. Share with abi. We are come and what? Come and pay. So it is when you consider retaining earnings first. You can't go. You consider debt second. For law, then you now be looking for how to raise equity. The equity is like what? It's like member of the what? Of the company. Let's go at it now. Check in order. First, this first choice, the source of finance that is preferred most is what? Is retained earnings. Second, debt capital is the source of finance. Second, in order of the what? Preference. And third is what? New equity capital. An issue of new share is what? Is the least preferred source of finance for what? For investment. Can you see now? Unlike what Start saying we should use what? Use debt. That once you are just making you go and borrow, go and borrow, go and borrow. You keep on borrowing until when you get to this level, okay? But I want to say no, don't just borrow. Look at your economy first. If there is money available, invest it. If you don't have one, then you can have one borrow. But if you not try not to, you are unable to borrow. What do you now consider? You now consider new selling of new shares to the market. Why do these people shoot this order? There's only got only again. Come this order here. Don't see. I do with me. Now, this means that if a company has an opportunity to invest in capital projects with a positive NPV, it will prefer to fund the project from what? From retained earnings. If it's unable to do so, to do this, it will look for debt capital to what? To finance the investment. It is when the retained earnings fail them that they will now think of what? Of what? Of debt. Only if retained earnings and debt capital are unavailable, because cash flow are weak and profitability is what? Is low, will the company consider new issue of shares? Companies are likely to choose a longer dividend policy that will allow them to finance future investment largely through their what? Retained earnings. Oh, I say this. If you want to use retained earnings, what happen? You will reduce your what? Dividend payment, abi? But that you use your dividend payment, other for retained earnings, it will be what? It will be growing, it will be growing ahead. So if you want to use retained earnings, then you have to reduce your dividend policy that can be able to push the effect. Now, the reason now, there's a reason why the people choose this order. Let's look at the reason. The reason for this pecking order or preference for source of finance can be explained by practical consideration. Mosole Bronsa, you will be thinking of what? Your personal savings and salary. Why do you prefer that method?
Because it poses interest.
It's not it's your money. Nobody will question you. You don't need to consult anybody because it's your personal money. That's the reason. Students does not post. You don't need to make any. Even you don't need to go and consult another shareholder. No, you spend your students for projects. Am I talking now? In some instances. Using retained earnings is what? Is what? It's convenient. It's convenient. If a company want to finance a new investment with equity, it is much simpler and cheaper to use retained earnings than to arrange for new issue share. Retained earnings are also much more convenient than what? Than borrowing. Can you see that? That's why they always prefer that one first. It is when that one now fail them, you now do that one there. Why do they prefer debt over equity also? If a company cannot finance an issue with retained earnings, it will prefer new borrowing to a new issue of share capital because borrowing is what? Is cheaper. The cost that you incur to raise debts is much cheaper than the cost you incur to raise equity. It's much cheaper. And even sometimes it's much easier to arrange for what? For debt. A company that has a good relationship with his bank can easily obtain loan than go and raise equity because you have to do a lot of things. It's not easy. So it is cheaper to arrange a loan than to issue new share. The cost of debt is also less because of what? Tax relief on what? On the interest payment. So it is when those two options is not available, what do you now do now? You now resort to what? The last option. That is equity. That theory states that the journey of a company is the result of series of financing decisions based on this preference for source of finance. An option level journey does not work, does not exist, and company do not try to achieve an optimal level of journey. Unlike these people, àwọn olè kí lọ́wọ́ káàkiri àwọn olè sọ pé your journey is a function of reduce your pecking order. If you are using debt, order for journey will increase again. If you are using equity order for journey, you reduce. So they are saying that your journey stroke level is a function of your choice between those three orders. That not that the company is looking for the upper level. So upper level here does not work, does not exist. Then what is their conclusion? I say, if you know anything about this, their theory, know their word, their conclusion. Because their conclusion now. Then another theory. Therefore states that companies do not have an optimal level of journey. They don't have. And two, in choosing the method of financing for new investment, they have an order of what? Of preference. What the order? Retain earnings, followed by what? New debts, and followed by what? An issue of a new shares. Company with high profit can rely on what? On retain earnings. If your profit is very high, you rely on your retain earnings. As for finance, more than company with low profit. So therefore, this means that there is a negative correlation between profitability and what? Journey level. So that means if your profit is very high, what happens to your journey level? It will be low because you are using retain earnings. Your journey level is very low. But if your profitability is very low, you will look for how to go and borrow. I mean, because you don't have money to put the effect of investment, you have to go and borrow. That's what we say they are negative correlation. So when your profit is high, what happens to your journey level? Low. When your profit is low, your journey level will be high. That's what static trade-off theory. Are we together, please? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The third one, market timing.
You said static by.
Okay, I don't mind. So market timing now. These people now give that taking order. Start what are you saying? In our own scenario, our target is what? Is the opportunity in the market. We are not looking for optimal level, and which we don't consider any other. Is the opportunity in the market. Let me tell something. Let me just say this on this morning now. If federal government say that starting from next week go, if you have access to loan, 10 million naira, no collateral, and it's free to all. If we go bẹ́ẹ̀ yìí lówó lè máa ṣe ẹ lọ ya àbí opportunity come for but what I'm going. That's what market time is looking at. That the source of your finance.
Sorry, I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Okay, when we talk about
fídíò pé àfa sọ̀rọ̀.
Okay, sir. When we talk about that taking order,
Yes.
we don't talk about the optimal level.
No, we don't.
Okay, you made a statement that when profit is high,
Yes.
sharing with the low.
Of course.
Is that static?
That's taking order.
Okay.
Okay, taking order sọ pé you don't consider any optimal level.
Yes.
You forget that word first retain earnings.
Yes.
Okay, to buy if you are using retain earnings, you borrow.
No.
So that and before you can use retain earnings, you must have high profit. Okay, the more your profit, you will use retain earnings to finance your project. What happens to your giant level? To be low. That's the order. So market timing, as I said. So here, we are not looking at any outcome level. We are not looking at any word, any order. Is the available opportunity in market. If it's there that is available, borrow. If it's share that is available, issue share. If it's share that is available, Use the now. Let's look at it now. Market timing. Market timing. Market timing theory states that the choice of finance method to company can be driven by what? Opportunity in what? In capital market. Your choice of finance can be driven by what? Opportunity in the market. This opportunity occur because of what? As merit of what? Of information. That is availability of information. Availability of what? Information. Now, this occur when the manager of a company have more information and better information about the company than shareholder and other investors. You are the manager of the company. Abi, you have information than the shareholder, more information than what? Than investor. Now, me as a manager now, I want to finance this project of 2 million naira. As a manager, I have information abi that investor are now aware of. And if as of today, we have done alpha factor now, abi?
Yes.
What does alpha factor does? It may maybe your share is what? Undervalue or overvalue. Am I talking now? Now, as of today, as a shareholder, as a manager of the company, I'm aware that my share price is overvalued. I know my what? My share is overvalued. What do you think I will do? Do you think if I want to raise this debt, if I want to raise this 2 million naira, do you think I will be issuing debt? I will be looking for debt? No. People might say, my share is tomorrow because I am aware that my share is overvalued. So I will need an opportunity that people in the market they are not aware of that. So I will really sell the share to the public. So I will not go for debt. I will go for what? Go for a new share. So that I will quickly sell the share to raise more money. And the moment I raise money, that's after 2 months, what happens to the share price? Go back to normal. Already rejected it go wọlé. Please tell it. You don't need to get up. Are you aware now? So market timing information. Now, management should know when the future prospects of the company are better than what than investors are expecting. Investor may be expecting 10%. No one of them will pay next year. I'm gonna have 2% or more. You know. Am I talking now? And if the investor is expecting 5%, and you are aware that this book can have more than 10%, and that could be the so the manager know when the future prospects of the company are better than what the investor are thinking, or even worse than what the investor are thinking. So, and when the prospects for the future are worse than investors are expecting, company management might therefore recognize occasion when the company share are currently undervalued or overvalued. Can you see now? What are we talking about? Market timing. Company will therefore wishes to make a new issue of share when consider that the share price is to be what? So when they are aware that the share price is overvalued, what do? They will issue out this share to raise the fund. And number 2, they will consider share repurchase when they consider that the share price to be what? To be undervalued. Right now. So therefore, taking advantage of opportunity in the market to issue new share or buy back existing share affecting what? Sharing level. A company therefore does not have a target optimal level of sharing. A financing decision are determined by what? By more by market opportunity and what? And market timing. Can you see now? That's what market timing is what? It's all about. Can you see the theory now? First one is what? Starting. What are they looking for? That is say keep on borrowing until when you get to that. Then at top level of journey, what happen there? Your benefit is not your what? Cost. But this fake that what are they saying? Say, starting you our own case we consider what scale of what preference. What are scale of preference? Then first, followed by what? Followed by what? Yeah, new share. I want to have we should less on 80 you. Now my own case what? opportunity available. Tó bá yẹ pé debt wà available ṣe kí ni ìyàwó kò ṣe kí ni kò finesse it. If it's equity, go for equity and they know they are aware of the opportunity in the market. So that's for the what? Market timing. Let's go to the fourth one, which I call what? Agency theory. People now came down and say, okay, starting with don't talk, packing na your own, timing na that be your own. But in our own case, our financing is the conflict is come up as a sort of conflict of interest between the agent and what and the principal. You know, a company. So, so let's look at the agents now. Agent is that the principal and the agent are they? Now in a company structure, who is agent? Who is principal? The principal is what? Shareholder. Who is the agent? The managers are being less now. So the decision of know that the managers are making decision for who? For the agent, for their principal. So sometimes there's always a conflict of interest between the agency agent and the principal. So that conflict here always influence how you raise your funds. How you what? Now, and that one will determine no might determine the what to raise. So like if the manager is the one that have more powerful, you will determine the what you're going to raise. Let's look at now agency theory. Agency theory can be used to explain the capital structure of a company and its choice of financing for new investment. Agency theory, which was developed by Denson and Merkley in 1976, said that the governance of a company is based on conflict of interest between who and who? Between the owner, shareholders, and what? And its manager and major provider of debt finance. There are three people now in question. Agency theory, there are three things in question. The manager, the shareholder, and the provider of debt, providers of debt, that is debt holders. Now, the interest of manager is different for the interest of the shareholder. Also is different for the interest of what? Provider of debt. Now, I want to ask, what do you think will be the interest of manager? As a manager, one manager not buy now. Job security, high reward for your job, but for the shareholder, what will be their interest? It's not investment and the future prospects of the company. All shareholders want their company to become a big company in the future. But for the debt holders, what will be their interest? Their interest and period of principal. But at some point in time, the interest of that manager will definitely conflict the interest of who? Of the shareholder and the interest of what? The debt holder. At some point in time, that will say each of this group have different interests and objectives. That will see according to the path. I'm still in bit 414. The shareholder want to increase their income and what? And wealth. I put together. They want to what? Increase their what? Their income and what? And wealth. How can they increase their wealth? By what and what? Dividend and increase in share price and what? And dividend. Their interest is with the return that the company will provide in form of what? Dividend. And so and also rather in the value of their what? Of their shares. The value of their interest depends on what? The long financial prospect of what? Of the company. If the financial prospect of the company is not making sense, can they get dividend in the future? No. That is what you say. Shareholders are therefore concerned about what? Dividend. But what? But they are even more concerned about what? Long-term profitability and what? Financial prospect, because this affects the value of their shares. Can you see now? This is the interest of the shareholder. They are much more interested in what? In the financial prospect of the company. If you have business as the owner and you are thinking about today's profit, you are worried about yourself. That's why some companies, as they are making the business, they are how back everything back abi. As I never worried, in the next 2 years, everything will balance abi. Until long run. So they are getting more than long run. Let's see the manager, directors or managers. Let's see their interest. Directors and managers are employed to run the companies on behalf of who? However, if the manager do not own shares in the company, hello, if you know what? Ọgọ́ta kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Owó aláwọ̀ àpé. They do not have direct interest in what? In the future return of for the shareholder or in the value of share. What I say is, if the directors and the manager, if they don't have share in the company, automatically they don't have any direct interest in the future. They don't have, abi? Then, unless they own share or unless their remuneration is linked to the profit or share value, their main interest, their what?
Their main interest
are likely to be the size of their remuneration package and other benefits from their job and position as their status of what? Of the company manager. Hello, okay? There's some position. All what you enjoy is the name. Hello. There's some position. All what you enjoy is what? Some people now, as they are moving in the street, honorable. Honorable. What is he enjoying? It's the name. Not that there's any money attached to the office. So what am I saying is, some manager, their benefit sometimes is the size of their remuneration, the package, even to their work, to the status attached to that work. Are you to say this? Please let me off this camera first. Put that camera. Pause. Or pause it. I want to do something. See, that money will be good. You look very like. That's true matter. I agree for his family, but as his own personal need. But now you have 10 years to live. Don't worry. So are you aware now? But now you have 10 years to live. You look. Are you aware? But I know the reason is that you want to achieve that top. Okay, I'm so person. So the same also happen to manager. Sometimes managers, what they are interested in is their what? The status. What could you know? That's their interest. So anything they want to make will be against who? The shareholder. Because if you want to make more profit, will you invest in project? You want to get profit sharing? Will you invest in project? No, you won't do that. And that is what shareholder wants. Number 3, the major provider of debt now. I always say, èmi dey burúkú ordinary shareholder àti manager. And these people, you what they want? I borrow you money, you pay me my interest and principal as I lend you. What's the interest? The major provider of debt have an interest in sound financial management of the company. Kò sẹ́ni bọ̀dọ̀ tó bá ti jẹ lówó tó bá ti dáa ló máa ṣe. A máa gbàdúrà fún ẹ̀yà kan kó yọ àpọ̀ díẹ̀. Am I talking? Maybe I don't know if you have been that shoe before. You borrow somebody money, and that money is very huge. What will we do, sir? I don't know. I remember that was a year. I have money around August or May like this. There's one money came into me, and my target is that I want to use money to pay for my ICAN exam. You will see what I can do. And there was a man, he's beside my office there, he's doing petty business. And I'm borrowing that money. You actually approach me now. He's selling rice, gari, and he's selling. The business is moving. Okay, don't worry. And we agree. On every month, we pay so amount of interest. opportunity, I give you the money to help yourself. Now, no, when did I give the money? September died, or no, November died. And then this man, for the first month, he paid the interest. Second month, third month, things now started turning upside down. Hey, I reach you. Before you know, this man business just turn upside down. To the extent that this man, he has to leave Akure for like 2 3 months. 2 months of the exam, and you don't even hear, every type of thing. They say, exam. When I wake up, you will do a job. I started paying. So because my interest was his financial side of his business. If business is booming, am I going? I will not be paid. I will be right there. My man will pay. But then I will pay. I will go to down. Okay, what do you need? So the same thing also happen to all the debt providers. They are always interested in your financial sadness. That's their interest. Anything that you are doing that will affect the business, they won't like it. Am I talking? Yeah. Am I go? Why would they provide that? So that the company will be able to pay what? To pay its debts in full and what? And on time. Till today. Owó yẹn ni nígbà tán. Olórí ẹsẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀ mú yégede. We exam diet yẹn. Tó di olóòrò yẹn. So what am I saying this? So they want pay me my interest and what? And principal on what? On time. Am I go? Major tó am I go mi o? Some lenders, they go extra mile about. Major lenders will often be concerned that a company will borrow more because the cost of borrowing is fairly low, and invest the money in what? In highly. So the most lenders, they are aware that people, they want to borrow more. Why? Because it's very cheaper than what? Than the. So in most cases, the provider of debts, they want to prevent you from what? From borrow more. Shareholders, what do they want to do? They want to borrow more. I mean, the manager, they want to what? They want to borrow more. What happened to the lenders? They want to prevent you from what? From borrow. That's why we say conflict of interest. So anybody to match like now am I talking now? Yes. If manager is more powerful, then the finance will be based on what? On his decision. If other shareholder is more powerful, the finance will be based on this what? On decision. If the debt holder is more powerful, the finance will be what? Based on decision. Remember, this conflict of interest can have implication on what? On capital sharing and what? Preference for what? Finance method. That's all your interest now. Now determined by who is more powerful among these three major stakeholders that we're talking about. Now, number shareholder might what? Might prefer debt. Okay, go ahead. What would shareholder prefer? Yes. Why? Why would they prefer debt? So that they will not lose control of the shareholding. And two, they believe that cost of debt are more cheaper than what? Than equity. Shareholders might prefer debt finance as a new source of funding. When manager owns share in company, a new issue of share might what? Might dilute their interest in the company equity. They will lose control. And other shareholders would want to prevent this from happening. Borrowing to finance growth rather than rely on equity also reduce the amount of free cash flow for manager to spend on personal interest and what? And benefits. So if shareholder, do you know what they are saying now? Borrowing to finance growth, then they rely on equity. Also what? Reduce the amount of free cash flow for manager to spend on what? On personal interest and benefit. What does that mean? What it mean? If manager, they don't have share in the company, that means they will prefer to raise what? Equity than debt. Hello? Because you know why? If you raise debt, you will be paying more interest. What happened to your profit? It will reduce. Then there will not be bonus to be shared to the managers. Yes. There will not be money for vacation allowance. But if they are part of another shareholder. They won't care about them. Because they are enjoying something, they will be enjoying dividend. So they will prefer to raise debt. What happens with that debt? It will reduce their cost of borrowing. But if they are manager and do have interest in the shareholder, what do you go for? Go for debt. Because you go for equity rather, you go for debt. Because if you go for debt, there will not be something for you to enjoy in the future. At the end of the year. Number 2 now, provider of debt. Provider of debt might be worried by the fact that debt capital gives shareholder an incentives to invest in high risk or project. They might therefore oppose any new borrowing. That's now. Even some debt holder, they go to extra mile for you to sign what we call loan covenant. No way. You sign loan now with them. As I borrow you now for the next 5 years, you must not borrow for anybody again. Number 2, you must not invest in this kind of project. At least project you must not do MM. You must not do crypto. You must not do what I say that they are highly risk investment. So one way to bá ṣe yẹn, you want to invest in real estate. If you call it to bá sanwó àgbélé àgbálẹ̀ yẹn so they will let you enter a loan now with them to that extent that to restrict you to invest in high risk investment. Now, they might therefore oppose new borrowing by company when they think that those will pull their interest. The security of their investment and return at what? At risk. So therefore, Jensen and Making argue that the optimal capital structure for a company is obtained by what? Trade-off, not just the marginal benefit and marginal cost of extra debt as related by static trade-off theory, but also by trading off what? The agency cost of additional debt and what? Agency cost of what? Additional equity. This is what agency is saying. That okay, you have to look at the theory, the interest of this 3 category. The one that is more influential among them will determine how you finance your project. Agency theory. So with that submission, we have technically discussed the theory behind on how companies should finance this project. I hope that please. Let's go to the next page. Cost of capital and G&A. We are going small. Who's not this class? I'm the star handling. The Abala is star handling. Ati, Zeno, and Zeno Babi. Who are that? 3. Eh? 3. 3. Okay. That's what I said. Okay, it's right. Okay, I'm not. Okay, now we are still discussing financing project now. We want to look at the cost of capital and G&A now. The cost of capital and what? Now, we have discussed this topic on its own, Abi. What cost capital is talking about. We said, if a company is all equity alone, that is, you only have equity alone, your cost capital is what? That's cost of equity, Abi. But if you have equity and debt, you then will be having what? Cost of debt. If you combine them together, then what do you have? 1. Now, if for example, as for today, your equity is 10 million and your debt is 2 million, it's how much? 12 million. If your cost of equity is 10%, cost of debt is 4%, then if assume that your WACC is now 8%, at this level of gearing, this is your structure and this is your cost of capital. Hello? Please get this one right now. When a company is ungeared, that is only equity. Hello? It's only what? Only. When I say ungeared company, but talk about what? That company is only have equity. That company does not have any debts. Then automatically your WACC is not to your what? Cost of equity.
Yes.
Now. But if the company is geared, that means your WACC is what? The weighted average of the cost of equity and the cost of debt, which is going to be your WACC. So I'm trying to tell you now that for ungeared company, your cost of equity is going to your what? Your WACC. So we are still there. I'm just like to fast track into it now. Now, if anything happen and now change the structure, what a journey, then automatically there will be effect on your journey. So the effect of changing your journey, the effect that we have on your capital or your company, which is your WACC, that's what we consider now. Yeah. Cost of capital and journey. I'm going to bullet 2 now, page 415. Introduction. For a given level of annual cash profits before interest and tax, the value of the company equity plus debt is maximized at the level of gearing where WACC is what? Is lowest. Which static, that was what? Optimum level of gearing. My God. This should also be the level of gearing that optimizes the weight of equity shareholders. The question is therefore, how does change in gearing affect what? The WACC. How does your change in gearing affect your cost of capital, that is your WACC? And is there a level of gearing where the WACC is minimized? Yes, look at it. The most important analysis of gearing and the cost of capital for the purpose of your examination is the analysis provided by Modigliani and Miller that allow for tax relief on what? On debt interest. However, the traditional view of WACC and gearing, the M&M theory of proposition ignoring tax relief on debt are also described briefly. Now, there's a man that propounded the theory about the relationship between your gearing level and cost of capital. This man will come to them as well with the Modigliani and Miller. They are the one that propound the theory of how your WACC changes with level of gearing. But in trying to do that, they brings about two views. They look at when there's a tax and when there's no tax. But before we go to that level, let's talk about the traditional view. What do I call it? Traditional view. The traditional view of gearing and WACC. This view looks like static trade-off. Look like what?
Static trade-off.
Let's look at their view. Traditional view. The traditional view of gearing is that there is an optimum level of gearing for every company. If I remember, that was what static says, that for every company there's always a what? Optimal level of gearing. This is the level of gearing at which the WACC is what?
Minimized.
And if I be asked, that optimal level, that optimal level, what happens there? Your marginal cost of additional debt is what? Marginal benefits.